Welcome, and thank you so much for joining us today as we recognize the 2020 outstanding graduating seniors from the University of Wyoming. I'm Courtney Thompson-Lichty, the staff coordinator for these awards, and I'm pleased to introduce you to our fantastic selection committee who spent many hours and very many late nights evaluating the nominations and interviewing our final candidates. We have 6 of them, and they're all fantastic. The first is Ann Alexander, our Associate Vice Provost for Undergraduate Education. Stephen Barrett, Associate Dean for the College of Engineering and Applied Sciences. Maggie Bork, an Associate Lecturer in the Haub School of Environment and Natural Resources. Kim Chestnut, the Vice President for Student Affairs. Peter Perlin, Dean of the Honors College, and Melanie Vigil, a Project Coordinator in Multicultural Affairs. Working with this committee and meeting these outstanding students was an incredible experience. I think you will understand why as you get to know some of these incredible students today. These awards are the highest awards UW gives to undergraduates. Each year, university faculty, staff, and student organizations are invited to nominate graduating seniors who have excelled in 4 areas. First, outstanding contributions and service to the University of Wyoming. Second, academic excellence and achievement. Third, active participation and leadership in co-curricular activities and organizations. And finally, but certainly importantly, demonstrated character and citizenship. As you can see, a nomination for the Spitaleri Tobin Awards is a high honor in itself. These awards honor the learning that occurs both inside and outside the classroom. On your screen, you will find a list of all of the 2020 nominees, which we want to wish a hearty congratulations. Typically, we would host a luncheon with all of our senior nominees, staff and faculty nominators, and perhaps most importantly, the loved ones of our students. I want to thank you for joining us in a virtual format today. The Spitaleri Tobin nominees truly represent the best of the best at UW, and we decided it was absolutely critical to recognize these seniors for their amazing accomplishments, even if it required some adjustments. I would also like to recognize the faculty, staff, and student leaders who wrote wonderful letters of recommendation and references that reflected their passionate love for teaching or working with these outstanding students. But before we introduce you to these finalists, I would like to recognize one more important group who have been the foundation and support behind this fine group of students, the families and friends of our students. Thank you for the opportunity we had to share in the lives of your children and loved ones. After much deliberation over 25 nominations, the selection committee chose 13 finalists for these awards. Each committee member will introduce our finalists to you.
It's my honor to introduce Aisha Balagun Mohammed. Aisha came to UW in the fall of 2016 at the age of 16, and it was her first time leaving her home country of Nigeria. She is majored in computer engineering with minors in computer science and the honors program. Aisha came to college in the United States for a more practical education and aspires to bridge the education divide and increase accessibility to online learning in developing countries. To that effect, she's developing a mobile application to enable the transfer of downloaded course content from Udacity without the use of mobile data, using Nearby Connections API. In January last year, Aisha's inspiration and aspiration led her to fundraise over $750 and organize a workshop in Ilorin, Nigeria, based on Arduino microcontrollers, a device that she has done research work on since her freshman year at UW. Aisha has interned at ANSYS, a simulation software company, in the summer of 2018, and also interned with Twitter in the summer of 2019. After graduation this spring, Aisha would be returning back to Twitter to work full-time as a software engineer in Boulder, Colorado. Congratulations, Aisha, on your outstanding accomplishment.
Hailing from Powell, Wyoming, Tristan Bowman is majoring in physiology with minors in honors, psychology, and neuroscience. Outside of the classroom, she has implemented programs on student well-being for the Wellness Center at Half Acre Gym. As a wellness ambassador, she led projects promoting body positivity. She has also served as co-president of the Human Physiology Club and president of Campus Ventures, where her work included mentoring young women on the important questions of who they are and what they want their lives to be as they pursue a degree. Tristan has volunteered for Laramie's Downtown Clinic and the Soup Kitchen. She has traveled around Wyoming teaching high school students about the brain as part of UW's Brainy Bunch. She also studied abroad at the University of Birmingham in England and undertook a mission trip to Mozambique, partnering with Children's Relief International, a group that works with local leaders to care for and educate children. Reflecting on her life philosophy, Tristan writes, "As I've taken more courses, my goals have changed from earning a good grade to one of hoping my grades are the least memorable thing about me. Instead, I want to be someone who relates to others, who can continue to lead others, and hopefully impact others through intentionality and compassion for the rest of my life." UW congratulates Tristan Bowman on her impressive accomplishments, and we wish her the best for an amazing future.
Rebecca Brenner, sometimes better known as Reba, is a student who is studying to receive a Bachelor's of Science in Physiology and Molecular Biology, and she originates from Harrisburg, Nebraska. And it's some of her roots that really inspire her pursuit to become a physician and provide rural health care. It's not uncommon that communities in rural settings are challenged to receive the high-level care that often come in more populated areas. And Reba knows this and is closely connected with that reality, and so plans to do her service and her commitment to the field, helping those very communities.
Olivia Cole is a senior from Cody, Wyoming, majoring in social sciences and gender and women's studies, with minors in African American and diaspora studies and the honors program. Olivia has excelled in her time at the University of Wyoming, having taken part in study abroad, as well as leadership roles in programs such as High School Summer Institute, Alternative Breaks, and the Bridge program through the Learn Office. She has also held leadership roles in her sorority, Delta Delta Delta. Speaking from personal experience, Olivia has shown herself to be an example among her peers, especially with her participation in the Students of Color Circle through Multicultural Affairs. She contributes to discussions in a way that honors what others have to say through active listening and is thoughtful in her own ideas and opinions. As one of her nominators mentioned, Olivia's strong commitment to intercultural understanding, justice, and equity shines through her diverse, globally minded, and inclusive experiences and represents the very best of Wyoming students. We are so excited to see what Olivia does next with the experience she's gained at the university.
Lena Hornline graduated from UW in December of 2019 with a BA in Political Science and minors in Honors and International Studies. She hails from Gilbert, Arizona. Lena served as a student ambassador through the Olive Tree Initiative in Israel and Jordan and studied abroad in Russia and the Czech Republic. She held a fellowship with Students for a New American Politics and interned with the U.S. House Foreign Affairs Committee. She now serves as a fellow for the Election Protection Coalition.
I'm proud to introduce Carolina Klapka. Hailing from Rock Springs, Wyoming, Carolina epitomizes holistic thinking at the intersections of art and science. You might know her as your early morning yoga instructor at Half Acre, or have worked with her in the genetics lab, or benefited from her mentorship in the High School Summer Institute. You might recognize her from performances in UW's Vertical Dance or Alice in Wonderland, or maybe you read her blog post from London or Amsterdam that she shared for education abroad. Earning a dual degree this May, a BA in Theater and Dance, as well as a BS in Environmental Systems Science with minors in Geography and Honors, Carolina's centered leadership and expansive thinking inspires so many of us. As one of her nominators shared, the world definitely needs more people like Carolina, selfless and dedicated, holistic thinkers who have the skills and the will to make positive change. I'm honored to introduce Alexandra Mulhall. From her earliest days at UW, after earning the title of valedictorian in her hometown of Worland, Wyoming, political science and honors student Alex Mulhall has shaped our institution for the better. From her start on the first-year Senate to chairing the RSO Funding Board to serving as both vice president and president of ASUW, Alex's vision and courage to represent her fellow students and to advocate for the betterment of the university has been shaped by her dedication to equity, justice, and excellence. During her interview, Alex shared with us guiding words that she takes from T.S. Eliot. Do you dare disturb the universe? We're so glad that Alex dares to act courageously, speak truthfully, and care deeply. We are all made better because of her vision, courage, and leadership. Congratulations, Alex.
Kyresa Reese Lane is pursuing her BFA in musical theater with a minor in honors. Reese hails from Littleton, Colorado. She transferred to UW from Central Wyoming College in the spring of 2018. She has appeared in several theatrical productions at UW, as well as serving as an ASUW senator and as president of ASOPA, the Associated Students of the Performing Arts. Through ASOPA, she worked to open the food sharing cabinet in the Buchanan Center, and she helped institute a student Bill of Rights. Off campus, Reese is the assistant director for the Laramie Children's Musical Theater. Reese has worked as a student teacher and has served as a volunteer in many contexts, mentoring students through art on the Arapaho Reservation and through theater at Cathedral Home and the UW Lab School. A McNair Scholar, Reese has researched best practices for mental and physical well-being in academic theater programs. One of Reese's recommenders writes, Kyresa is one of the most incredible students I have been lucky enough to teach. Perhaps most impressive is the kindness and empathy she radiates despite her challenging circumstances. She always shows up. She's always there, looking for opportunities to push herself and grow. UW congratulates Kyresa Lane on her impressive accomplishments, and we wish her the best for an amazing future.
Haley Stromberg will graduate in May with a degree in nursing and a minor in honors. She's from Highlands Ranch, Colorado. Haley served her community and UW through involvement with ASUW, Cecil, Chi Omega, Admissions, the Make-A-Wish Foundation, and St. Jude Children's Center. She held a prestigious internship at UC Health in the intensive care unit. She's also a founding member of the UW Golf Club.
Janie Welsh is a senior from Rock Springs, Wyoming, majoring in microbiology and physiology with a minor in the honors program. Just some of her vast accomplishments include University of Wyoming Student Body Vice President, a senator for the College of Agriculture and Natural Resources, Campus Pride and Traditions founder and committee chair, and an at-large member and summit facilitator for Endow's Engage Council. She also was an active member of Delta Delta Delta, holding various leadership roles within fraternity and sorority life during her tenure at the university. One of her biggest passions is being a camp counselor at Camp Wapi Yapi, which serves children with health conditions. Janie was a standout student in my first-year seminar course as a freshman, and it has been a true honor witnessing how far she's come as a leader among her peers, not just at the university level, but statewide. The university, and Wyoming as a whole, have been so lucky to have her. One of Janie's nominators said of her, "There are many hallmarks of greatness and humility that Miss Welsh simultaneously possesses, and I can say that having had the opportunity to get to know and work with her over the past 3 years has been an immense pleasure and true stroke of luck. I will personally miss her when she leaves the university, but I can safely predict that UW will feel that loss as well. We wish you all the best on whatever journey you choose next, Janie."
It is my honor to introduce Benjamin Wetzel, or Ben. Ben is from Powell, Wyoming, and is graduating with a degree in physiology. I'm going to use several paragraphs from a letter that Ben provided as part of his application for the Tobin Spitaleri Award. And I think it captures his spirit of service and wanting to make the University of Wyoming an outstanding place to go to school. Again, Ben's words. Being an engaged, active citizen is an expectation in my family. For generations, my family members have served on community boards, elected positions, volunteer service, and so much more. When I came to the University of Wyoming, I was excited to have my opportunity to chart a course of leadership and leave my own mark. Almost immediately, I pledged to fraternity, joined the RSO Posse Club, started intramural sports, and applied to be an ASUW freshman senator. I enjoyed all of these activities, but my plans changed drastically in December of my freshman year. As she did for many years, Emeritus Vice President for Student Affairs, Sarah Axelson invited the ASUW Freshman Senate to Old Main for holiday cookies and an opportunity to talk. With each senator given the chance to ask questions, some asked about her career or future goals. When it came to my turn, I took the opportunity to raise concerns about potential budget cuts to the university and future impact on resident hall construction. Following the meeting, Sarah pulled me aside and said that she saw in me the characteristics of a future ASUW president. Her confidence in me changed my life. Since that conversation, I've had the opportunity to serve as a senator for the College of Agriculture, a senator for the College of Arts and Sciences, and also as the ASUW president. Again, Ben, congratulations on your outstanding accomplishments. You have so much to be proud of.
Christy Wildcat is a triple major here at the University of Wyoming, studying in Native American Studies, Anthropology, and Political Science. She's originally from Riverton, Wyoming, and so it's no surprise that the combination of her own background and her areas of focus align beautifully with her pursuit to help reduce violence and murders of Indigenous women. She has spent much time during her undergraduate career and prior working to advance these efforts within the community so that we can better tend to these concerns in Wyoming and nationwide.
Tessa Whitman gets things done. She's about to complete her BS in Wildlife and Fisheries Biology and Management with a double major in Environment and Natural Resources and minors in Sustainability, Honors, and Reclamation and Restoration Ecology. Whew! Along the way, she conducted undergraduate research on a range of topics across the natural and social sciences, taught in the Native American Summer Institute, tagged chipmunks on Pole Mountain, and as president of the Restoration Outreach and Research Club, collaborated with local groups on some of Laramie's most beloved recreation areas. In 2019, Tessa was the first UW student in 13 years to be named as a Udall Scholar, a prestigious national award recognizing future environmental leaders. As a non-traditional student, Tessa, who now calls Laramie home, brings diverse perspectives to the UW community and has advocated for the many UW students who face food, housing, and economic insecurity. In her interview, she shared that she embraces the power of listening, moderating, and finding common ground as her preferred method for creating positive change. Just days ago, she was recognized by Governor Mark Gordon for her efforts in the face of the COVID-19 crisis and her work coordinating Laramie Mutual Aid, a network of volunteers mobilized to alleviate increased pressure and amplify the work of existing community relief organizations. We share Governor Gordon's gratitude. Thank you, Tessa, for working to help those who need it the most.
I'd like to thank our selection committee members again for those fantastic introductions and all the time they spent working on these awards and speaking with these students. Those extremely brief introductions only begin to tell you how amazing these individuals are. We could have spoken about them for a much longer time, and we could have spoken with them for hours. They're fantastic and engaging individuals, and I can't tell you how proud we are at UW of these finalists. It's truly amazing what these students have accomplished during their undergraduate experience. It might feel silly, but whatever you're doing right now, whether you're alone or watching this video with loved ones, give yourself some applause or a pat on the back. You deserve it. It's always so difficult for our selection committee to narrow to our winners for these awards. Finalists, please know that you are all amazing scholars and human beings, and we sincerely wish the best in whatever the future holds for you. We know it is going to be fantastic. Now, I want to put the significance of the award into context for you. Across our fall, spring, and summer graduates, there are over 2,000 students eligible for this award. Of those 2,000 students, 25 were nominated as outstanding graduates. From that group of 25, the field was narrowed to just 13 finalists. And from that extraordinary group of 13, we have selected only 3 winners. And the winners I'm going to present to you are in no particular order. Now to present the recipients of the 2020 Rosemarie, Martha Spitaleri, and Tobin Memorial Outstanding Undergraduate Awards. Christy Wildcat, Lena Hornline, and Tessa Whitman. Congratulations on a job well done, and best wishes to each of you. Thank you to all of you who are tuning in to celebrate the accomplishments of our outstanding seniors, and I want you to wish them now the best as they move forward to the next stage of their lives. We know this year is not a typical senior celebration, but in closing, I'd like to borrow some words that our incoming President Ed Seidel shared to campus. To all our new graduates, you will be known as the class who made it through and succeeded in the most demanding year of our lives, as the class who would not be stopped no matter the obstacles thrown at you, at your families, and at all of us. Congratulations.